Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Morganite, and my DM Zip is here to take me through the next book in the Lone Wolf series.
Hello. All right.
Let me know if the music's too loud, guys. As always.
And let us know if it's playing lullabies during important fights.
Yes.
Today's theme.
You're right, Mueller. Thank you for noticing my Roll20 avatar change. That is officially my Morganite persona little avatar. So she's been populated over all of my social media sites now. I'm very proud of her. So the artist is credited in my Twitch page down below. I'm curious.
The theme today will be kind of desert. So I don't know if you have any desert channel up for music, Morganite.
No. If you'd given me like a week of being able to look for like domain-free desert music, I could have done that, but nope.
I don't know. I figured there's got to be something sort of, I don't know, deserty or Eastern inspired, Arabian Nights. So, but anyway, yeah, if you find something like that, that's perfect for today because we are on Shadow of the Sand, the 5th book in the Lone Wolf series. For anybody who is joining us new, but knows the Lone Wolf series, we'll go through a little story so far. We'll explain what's happened, but this is also a book that you're going to see some changes in from the original. Nothing that really affects the flow of the book, but there are things that Morganite has done that have changed the plot of the world. And a lot of that is going to come to head in this book because this is in many ways a linchpin in the series, really a turning point in the series. So let's get into a story so far here. Lone Wolf has passed away, or at least has left this world as we know it. Her fate is known to us, but for most of Summerlin, all they know is that the Kylord went to Cult and never came back. Since that time, the country has been in a state of flux, seeing enemies everywhere, and some of these fears were realized recently when a group of bandits, less than a year ago, were led by a renegade noble of Vasagonia. His name was Baraka, and he led an army of bandits in attack upon the Summerlending province of Ruinon, which is a mining town, and where he was ostensibly capturing the gold mines and overrunning the land around that. But in fact, his real purpose was to try and resurrect the Dark Lord Vashna. Lone Wolf, as I said, isn't around anymore, so other heroes had to rise to the occasion. And
I have nothing to do with that.
Is our player Morganite, who is now playing Shard, the dwarven paladin, who left her homeland, I guess years ago. Shard, is that right?
Yeah, years ago. Oh crap! I'm supposed to roll a hit die too. How's it? Whoops.
Yeah, roll a hit die. She just leveled.
I leveled. Give me a second.
Shard came to Summerlin during the battle against Zagarna and fought in that battle and stayed in Summerlin to aid the restoration effort of the country. And she was sent on the mission to help find out what had happened and what was going on in Ruinon. She discovered the true depths of Baraka's plots and defeated them and freed Ruinon from tyranny. Now it is midwinter in Summerlin, and a mantle of snow lies knee-deep in the streets of Holmgard, the capital.
Max! Yay!
Perfect. Shard is summoned to King... wow, names are jumping me tonight. Pelethar, King Pelethar. And who says that he is requesting your help in solving an urgent problem of what he describes as great diplomatic importance.
Oh, goody. I don't think I have much diplomacy. This is going to be fun.
That's actually really funny because it says right here in the story so far, it seems a strange request to make him a warrior lord whose skills are better suited to the field of battle
Oh, good.
than to parlaying
Yep.
with foreign envoys. So we've chosen the right character, Shard. You're right in line with what Joe was thinking.
Good. I'm like, wait a minute, hang on.
However, it does say that you obey the summons.
Yeah. Can't ignore the king.
You can't ignore the king. And he tells you that the Zakin of Vasagonia, the imperial ruler of this desert, of the desert empire, which the map of which you're seeing up on your screen, has sent his most trusted envoy to seek a treaty of peace between the two countries, because Baraka was from his country, and he does not want it. He does not want that incident to lead to an international incident. So you've been asked to attend to sign the treaty on behalf of your country.
Yeah, that sounds exciting.
The emissary is there in the room when you're called in, and he's explaining to the king. He's saying, "Your Majesty, the Zakon is gravely embarrassed by Baraka's foul treachery, and he is most anxious that our friendship and trust be restored. He begs that you send your dwarven warrior, the one known as Shard, to sign a treaty of truce with him at the Grand Palace in Barakish." So, if you have nothing to say, then the king will rise, just kind of noting that you're staying silent. And
gonna kind of quirk an eyebrow there and be like, okay.
Yeah, and he dismisses the envoy, and then bids you join him at a table where he's pouring a goblet of wine for the both of you. And he says, "Do you care? Do you care for a taste?"
Oh God, I've had terrible past experiences with with liquids.
The king is not going to poison you.
Yeah, I know. But somebody might be trying to poison him. No, it's fine. She'll have a drink. She's a dwarf. They like to drink.
All right. So he pours a drink for the both of you, and he takes a deep drink from his, and then says, "I have no liking for this desert realm, Shard. My father always had said that our relationship with the Zakin was tenuous at best and antagonistic at worst. But we have not entered into war with them yet, and I like the prospect of that even less. If we were to go to war now, I believe you understand our forces are not really up to the task. We're still recovering from the battle against Sigarna, not to mention this most recent losses in Ruinon."
Yes, I distinctly remember.
It says, "The Zakin is old and frail, and he has no son to claim his throne when he dies. Baraka was but one of many ruthless nobles who wait like jackals for the chance to seize power in this situation. And I fear they are growing too impatient to allow the Zakin to die a natural death. This treaty may not guarantee peace with Vasagonia, but it could buy us some time to strengthen our southern borders."
Suppose it's a good thing I know their language.
He says, "Just one of the reasons that I thought it appropriate to agree to the request to send you." He says, he leads you over to a window and points towards the harbor, which is barely visible through the falling snow. A Vasagonian galley lies anchored close to the harbor wall, and near it is a ship that you've not seen before, and it's called the Green Scepter.
That sounds eerily familiar for some reason.
He says, go to Vasagonia, Shard, if you would. You are not technically my vassal. You belong to your country of Durinur, so I cannot order you to do this. But if you would sign the treaty and return to us, it would be a great boon to our country."
My loyalty is more to you than to my home country anymore, so I will do as you ask.
He says, "I fear the shadow of war will fall upon us before the year is out, even with this peace." And he kind of just stands at the window until you realize you've basically been dismissed.
Right.
All right. So shortly after this, you're gathering your equipment, and after that, you will wave farewell to Homeguard as you set out upon the Green Scepter. You're greeted warmly by the ship's captain, a red-bearded man named Captain Kelmar, who you soon learn was knew the great Kylord Lone Wolf, and actually ferried Lone Wolf twice on her journeys.
Wow, I'm sure he's got some stories to share then.
He seems his crew talk more about it than he does. He doesn't seem to like to talk about it, maybe because both journeys ended poorly.
Ended with his ship almost destroyed. Yeah.
But you watch the spires of Homeguard disappear in the falling snow as you set sail for Vasagonia. All right. We need to just make sure that we're caught up with your levels and your equipments and all that. So
let me
leveled what? Yeah.
Quick rundown here. I'm level 5 now. I got to roll some hit points, which I rolled a full
I'm following you along in the paladin.
Okay, yeah. My hit points or the hit die is a D10, and I rolled a 0, so I got the full 10 plus my con, which is 4. So my max.
She got 14 extra hit points.
Yeah.
What's your max?
52 now.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay.
She went up a proficiency bonus.
Hey!
No.
Adding 14 hit points.
I hate you.
Enemies.
No.
All right.
You jerk. So I added another proficiency, so I'm +3 now instead of +2, which means I have to adjust all of my rolls at the bottom here for what I add. Hang on.
Oh, you're +3 now. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. You get an extra attack, I think, as well.
Yes, I do. I get an extra attack every round, which is beautiful. I have to remember that I have the +2 damage with one-handed weapons. What else did I add? Oh, my lay on hands went up by 5 points. So my health pool is a 25 instead of 20 now.
Okay, nice.
And I have 2 second-level spell slots available to me.
Okay, but did you gain new spells then too, right?
Yes, I did.
What did you choose?
Well, I'm taking magic.
I know you prep them, so technically you can re-prep them throughout the adventure. But what are you bringing with you?
I'm definitely taking a magic weapon.
Cool.
And honestly, I'm not maybe Zone of Truth. That might be useful since I'm going to be negotiating shit.
And I mean, even if you don't use your second level spells, you can always use first level spells more powerfully with your second level slot. So
yeah.
But yeah, there are a fair number of good spells for paladins at level 2. I think if I remember, branding smite is pretty good.
It's a 2d6 damage roll.
Lesser restoration can be really useful as a curing spell. But of course, as they say in Lone Wolf, you can complete this book with any combination of skills and abilities, but choose wisely. All right.
I have to pick a Lone Wolf thing though now.
Yes, you have to pick a Kai discipline because as you, I hope you've added to your equipment the dagger of Vashna.
Oh,
which
I wrote it down.
You carry at your side. This is more of a. You're not attuned to this. It's not taking up a slot.
Sorry, that's Lone Wolf's pile of items. That's why.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, those are lost in Cult, which Cult itself, I think, is God.
Yeah, it's at least just magically disappeared.
Yeah, Akaya is.
Okay, how do you spell the dagger? Just drop
dagger
it in there.
of Vashna. Vashna. Like Vashta Stampede, but nah, man. Okay, so you got that, and this is not really an item you can use, but you are protecting it. It's a story item.
It just sits on my person.
Yeah. And you have to pick a Kai discipline because as you defeated Baraka and sent Vashna back to his doom in the Mocking Gorge, you were blessed by a vision of the of the god Kai, and suddenly found that certain powers were awakening in you.
Yeah, from past experiences, it would be really stupid for me not to take healing right immediately.
Yeah, I mean, you do have healing as a paladin.
I do, but I want to be like super sure I can heal myself, because it would be great to go through one of these books and not be almost dead the whole time.
So what I remember that this did was it let you cast Cure Wounds as a level 1 spell twice a day.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So you get that. You've been blessed with that. All right. You were also given a potion amongst the equipment you bring are 2 rations. I mean, I don't remember what your backpack looks like right now. You don't need your main equipment. You don't really need anything new on, right? You have all your stuff.
No, I have a shield, a battle axe, the chainmail. I have the musket, which is refreshed. I've had time to make some more bullets.
Yep, definitely.
I've got 2 tinder boxes for some reason. The happy birthday bracelet that she's wearing. I still have a brass key that I don't know what to do with, because I never ran into something that needed a keyhole.
Yeah, you can throw that away.
Okay.
By now you know it's useless.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, key.
I remember as a kid playing the books, I always was like, but this brass key, I will find a door in 30 books that will be unlocked. And now as an adult, I'm like, that would make no sense.
I mean, little things like that happened a lot in Jim Butcher's Harry Dresden book. Like, there'll be some little thing, and then it'll show up 5 books later being super important. So it's like, I get, like, it's unlikely in these kinds of situations. I probably missed it, like there was some chest hiding somewhere, but yeah. I
actually don't even remember what that went to. I can't recall.
You're like, just throw it away, Morgan. Just throw it away.
Just check it away. You lose it one day. You lose it one day in the capital, and you don't even realize it. You also get 2 meals. That's easy. Stuff those in your bag. Any meals you had from last adventure are by now gone. They're ruined.
Yeah. So pretty much, how many slots? I have 8 slots, right?
Yep, 8 slots. Anything you had from the last adventure, aside from meals, you can keep.
I think I had.
I know you had rope.
I did have rope.
And it took up 2 slots. You had a pickaxe that took up 2 slots. If you still want to keep that.
I don't think so.
Okay, and then you'll get a potion of Lompspur.
Okay.
That's blah. I can never remember. 2d4 plus 2. I want to say.
Okay,
right.
I have 3 of those now. That's awesome.
Okay, cool. So you're all stoked up on healing.
I am like going to be the healiest of heals. It'll be great. Except I'm still like, if I don't remember to use it though, I can still go down like super easy if I'm not paying attention.
And since it's just you solo in combat, that still creates a tactical challenge of you can't heal very easily in combat because it's
just me, and it's like, do I heal or do I like hit him again and take him down? Yeah, it's rough because it's like
you can do it as a last minute resort. You might just die.
Yeah.
But do take 2 meals as well.
Okay.
Stuff them in there because you might need them. The desert of Vasagonia is not known for harboring a lot of food.
Do those each take a slot?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I think we're gonna get started here.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm excited for this one. You guys are going to see, people who know the series will see a couple changes throughout because I am tailoring the adventures to take into account things that Morganite has done. So let's get started. For 25 days, the Green Scepter and the Vasagonian galleys sail along on a steady course for the Vasagonian home port of Barakesh, with only a brief stop at the Duranese harbor of Port Bax to break a safe but monotonous voyage. And that is your adopted homeland, or was. So, it's your stay there is not long enough to see anybody or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But as you drink in the smell of the salt air, you feel a tiny pang of homesickness for the land you've left behind.
The land they kicked me out of? Yeah.
Well, you weren't kicked out of Durner.
Oh, Durner, right.
Yeah, this isn't Durner. No. That's a whole other level of homesickness. And Boar does not smell like the salt sea.
Oh, good.
So no. Um, you spend most of your time aboard the ship, conversing with Captain Kelmarn. He teaches you a game that's not unlike chess, and you share several sessions playing, passing the time idly playing chess with him, or this version of chess. Otherwise, you speak to the crew and learn a little bit about Vastagonia. I mean, you know some because you already know the language, and you were a traveler here in your youth. So you have this was actually the first. Vastagonia was the first place you went to after you left Boar. So you have some familiarity with the land, but you never actually made it to the capital of Barakish. And the tales that the sailors tell of that grand, its bazaars and its city streets and this odd shapes of its buildings, they all kind of get you excited. You also share your stories, I believe, right? You would tell them your tales.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're eager to hear them because they don't get out. They pretty much spend their days going from port to port. You've wandered the world, and you've done some incredible things in your time. So you quickly gained their respect with tales of your daring do. It is early afternoon when the ramparts. This is the 25th day of your journey. And it is early afternoon when the ramparts of the desert capital are first sighted on the horizon. You push your way through the cheering crew and join the Vastagonian, Captain Kelmar at the prow of the ship. He hands you a telescope and invites you to view the land, and he's pointing out things as you're looking. I mean, it's a breathtaking sight. There's golden domes, there's minarets and green tiled roofs shimmering beneath the desert sun, and the grand palace. That is a marvel of splendor. It dominates the magnificent city. Even the port itself is something interesting to look at. There's ships of every shape and size. There's even a really odd ship that I don't know that you recognize.
History roll?
Yeah, we could do a history roll on that. It's a DC 16.
Nope. I rolled a 4. So 7 total. Nope.
Yeah, you can point it out if you want, or you can just move on. You don't have to spend time on it.
Let's see if anyone knows what it is. Or
okay, so you'll tell Captain Kelmarn, and he takes a telescope and looks, and he says, "Well, by the gods, that's a Desi sky ship. That's a rarity to see in any port. But then Barakish has everything." Desi sky ships, he tells you, are ships that actually have the power to fly through the air.
What?
They're like magical airships.
Sweet.
So that's kind of a cool sight. He's still looking through the telescope kind of idly when you see his face go pale. And he lowers the telescope and says, "The flags above the palace. Did you see their color?"
No, I can't say that I did.
He says, "Black. They are black flags. That means the Zakin is dead."
Oh, great. This is gonna make my job a little bit more difficult.
The envoy is on board your ship, and when he is told, he is very upset by this. He's wringing his hands. He's mumbling under his breath. He's like, this could mean not good things for us. He says, but our mission may not be may not be so guaranteed of success now. When you guys pull into the harbor at Barakesh, it is deserted, save for a handful of citizens clad in the mourning colors of black. Mourning being sadness, not...
Yes, I figured it wasn't daytime.
It's daytime.
The early morning, we all wear orange.
This is no. And the only sound that greets you is the toll of a funeral bell echoing through the harbor on this day of sadness. Then a horse-drawn carriage enters the harbor square, escorted by the cavalry of the palace guard. It halts, and a dour man in turquoise robes steps out to meet you. 1,000 greetings, Shard. Yeah, I believe I am pronouncing that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Shard, not an unusual word for our language, and a stranger name. But my own name is Mauk, and I welcome you to the city on behalf of my master, his most sublime magnificence, the Zaken Kima. And next to you, the envoy gasps upon hearing the name of the new Zaken. He turns to speak, his eyes are wild with fear. He says, No, it is a trap, you must... And suddenly he's gurgling blood as Mauk just calmly sticks a dagger through the back of his neck and removes it.
Yeah, I don't like this guy at all.
Suddenly, scores of black-clad warriors emerge from the shadows. You know who of these men. These are the Sharnazin. They are elite Vasagonian bodyguards. They are closing in, surrounding you on all sides. And Mauk gives a signal, and they all raise crossbows, or many of them do. Mm-hmm. And he says, oh, and you die. Oh, okay.
I accidentally, knocked my...
It.
Yep, we're done. All right, no.
Right there, yeah. Shard slips and cracks her head. She's dead. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this session of Lone Wolf. It was really good. I said this would be a turning point, and yeah, I always thought that's how the book should go. Just dead right there.
I shifted and knocked my my notebook off. So sorry.
Awesome.
Good plan.
So we have So Mauk says now. He says, you will be surrendering to me, or we will kill all of your crew.
Yeah, there's no way I can fight at this junction.
So you have a couple options. You could fight. You could try. You can surrender. You could try. I mean, just to paint some of the picture of where you are. You're standing like basically on the docks.
Uh-huh.
And Mauk is, he's on one end of the dock, and you're on the other, the ship behind you. So you could try to flee here, or do something like that.
The question is, will fleeing endanger the guys that brought me here? Because she's a paladin, she's a little less inclined to sacrifice randos, if at all possible.
It's next to you. Next to you is Captain Kelmar. Mm-hmm. He was there with the envoy, and he leans close and whispers in your ear. He says, you must flee, Shard. We cannot let them have you. You cannot give in to these men. Now that doesn't mean that he won't be harmed.
Right.
If you don't, the choice is still yours. But he is urging you to flee.
Yeah, I can't charm my way out of things. Actually, I can. I have a +4 charisma, but I can't lie. Oh no. Can I use my divine what is it? No, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either.
There's Divine Smite.
I'm just gonna Divine Smite everybody. No,
Yeah, you could just Divine Smite Mahook.
It'll like him down.
This is one of the cool things about this adventure, and I will throw that out here at the beginning here, just to give you a sense. This is one of the most open-ended adventures in the series.
Okay.
In terms of like, you really can do this. I'm leaving this open to you.
All right.
And Joe has written things for each, whatever you choose. So there nothing. Everything you do here will have consequences.
Right.
But nothing is going to be an instant death.
Okay.
So yeah, you decide.
You know, she can't direct lie, but she can like fudge in the sense of combat and tactics and stuff, right? So maybe let's try pretending that she's like kind of gonna give a big sigh and act like she's gonna surrender, and then like immediately turn around and bolt.
Okay, cool.
She's gonna faint to see if she can
so
get them to like, oh, okay, she's gonna come with us quietly.
That's really good. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Okay, so you sigh and Captain and draw your blade in like a non-threatening manner. And I'm gonna just straight up tell you, Mauk doesn't expect what you're about to do, so I'm not even gonna give him a roll. I'm gonna say you succeed on your attempt. So even Captain Kelmarn is fooled, because he says, "No, Shard, we can still run to the ship," and you ignore him and step forward. And Mauk, who's just grinning with this like just smirk on his face, he walks forward to take it, and suddenly you just kind of butt him forward and swing the axe around, and he's forced to fall back, and all the men are surprised too, and suddenly you're sprinting, and you're going the only way you can, which is back towards the galley. You're rushing that way, and you hear behind you Mauk is cursing, and he's like, "Take her, but take her alive!" And you're sprinting towards the distant ship, and Kelmarn's has kind of he's turning to run too, but he's a little bit behind you because he was surprised as well. And the crew, you can see, don't really know what's happening yet. They're unaware of like the desperation of the situation. They did not see the murder of the envoy, and they're still oblivious to your peril. And then you hear like a crum, 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 and from a dock that attaches to this one, because all the docks are kind of like interconnected.
Right.
A horseman is actually charging his horse down the docks, and he is about to block off your path.
Okay. He's probably going to succeed because I am a dwarf. My run speed is not as fast.
So you have just a couple easy options here. You could just ready your attack and come like charging at him, or you could, if you want to continue to like run, the docks are not that far above the sea. You could, if you quickly drop your armor.
Oh no, I'm not giving up my plate mail.
You could dive into the sea.
No, not happening.
Okay.
Not giving up my chainmail. Yeah, I guess.
And you were wearing your mail, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, is that something you would do before you came up?
She's a dwarven paladin. She doesn't not take her shit off ever unless she's sleeping, and sometimes not even then.
Right. Well, then it's I mean, unless you come up with something else, you're probably gonna have to prepare for combat.
Could she try and like slide under the horse, maybe? Or I mean, she's a dwarf. She's short. Could we try that?
You could try that. It is gonna take a roll. It's gonna be acrobatics.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make a roll for him.
15 for Shard.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
He got a 20.
No!
Okay, so actually this is going to be Okay. So the horse barrels. You try to slide under, and you're caught by the horse
Mm-hmm.
as it comes at you. I'm going to put a picture up of this guy so you can see what he looks like. And as he barrels into you, you topple over the edge of the dock.
Oh, that's very
and
unfortunate.
Hit the water with a splash.
Okay. So I have to try and swim out of here now.
Yeah, the only problem is your armor
So
is actually pulling you down.
yeah, am I at disadvantage?
No, you're gonna have to lose the armor.
But it's only chainmail. It's not plate mail.
I thought you were wearing full plate.
No, it's chainmail.
Oh, you're not wearing full plate armor?
No, I've never had full plate. No, chainmail.
Okay, that's a little different. I thought you had full plate armor on.
No.
Chainmail is still pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking up. Let's see what is the weight of chainmail. Let's see. Chainmail weighs roughly 22 pounds. So that's a lot of extra weight on you. So yes, I'm gonna say you could do it though.
Okay.
You're gonna be at disadvantage for swimming. So your first thing is you're down. You hit the water and you're disoriented.
Yeah, I have to get back up.
You start to sink. So let's first make like an athletics check to see if you can swim. And you have disadvantage on this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna set the difficulty at about 15.
Well, it's a good thing I rolled a 16 then. I rolled a 16 and 16 and a 17.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so you managed to keep your armor on, and your axe. I am gonna say you lose the shield.
No. Okay.
Because you have to let go of something to use your hands.
Yeah, I'm not letting go my axe.
No, that may or your gun.
Or obviously. The gun.
No. And you manage, and actually, and Bori's guns are made to withstand water. You're not too worried about that, but you are a little worried about your gunpowder.
Right.
You keep it in watertight kegs, but you don't want to spend a ton of time in the water.
Right.
So you're swimming up, and you hit the surface just as your lungs are like starting to get tight, and luck is kind of with you. Sharnazim are running in every direction, trying to surround the key and prevent your escape, but they haven't actually. You've surfaced a ways away. Somehow in your swim, you actually managed swimming away from where you fell in. And there's soldiers surrounding that area, and Mauk is like ordering them to spread out, but they don't see you yet.
Yes. So I can maybe clamber out without them seeing?
You'd have to dive and keep swimming a ways.
Okay.
To get, but roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
I'm gonna see if you spot a good place to check to get out.
14.
Yeah, that's enough. You spot a cluster of small boats less than 50 yards away, which you think could hide you if you could get there.
All right.
But you also know that you should probably go underwater to get there. You shouldn't swim above water.
That's a lot of splashing noises, so probably not. Yeah.
Okay. So you duck under, and through the clear blue water, it's actually easy to see through here. You see the rubbish that litters the bed of the harbor, mementos of all the merchant ships that have docked at the quayside. Clinging to one old anchor, your perception roll was just high enough to see this, is a weird jelly-like blob. And I'm gonna throw a picture of this up there too. Yeah, this book starts off with a bang.
Yeah, it did. Instant almost combat.
And it's just like, okay, we're doing this. Level 5, we ain't messing around. Where is it? There it is.
On the plus side, now I can two-hand wield my axe.
I'm blowing this up, so give me a second.
Is that a heart with a fin?
Yeah, do you want to make a nature check and see if you know what it is?
Sure. What's my nature? Oh, +1. Yay. Nat 20. Apparently, I really know what this is.
Yeah, you've actually these sometimes swam out of the down the Tantarias, which kind of border Bor, the kingdom of Bor. It's a lot. It's like a river that's more like a sea. It's so big. They tended to they'd cling to the docks around there. This is called a blood lug. Those tubes that stick out from its side, it propels air through there to push it through the water. And that long hook-like scoop that hangs beneath it helps steer it in the water. It also has a number of pinchers and like small tentacles, and it uses these to grab prey, and it's got like it secretes a sort of like a jellyfish, a poison that can take down prey, and then it slowly dissolves them under the water. It is suddenly jetting towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do underwater combat now. Oh, good.
Are you doing it? Or are you gonna try to swim away?
I'm gonna try to swim away if at all possible. Get out of here.
Right. It's chasing you, so you're gonna have to make it's gonna make an athletics check.
Okay.
And you're gonna make an athletics check. And whoever if you beat it, you'll get out. You'll get away from it.
Right. Mueller, yes, you are correct that I do have dueling, but it adds a +2, and two-handing the battle axe takes me from 1d8 to 1d10, so it's kind of the same thing. Like it's an extra 2 potential damage. So it just depends on, do I want the guaranteed +2 or not? So I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, she also now has some options because she has 2 attacks each round. She could swing once with one hand and then double it up and come down with a final, like a finishing combo.
Right.
So she's got some cool options.
All right, athletics, you said?
Athletics, let's do it.
19.
Okay. You managed to power away from this thing.
Yeah.
It only made a 15.
I have a +6 to my athletics, so that helped.
and you surface beside one of the covered skiffs, and anxious to avoid the scavengers in the waters of the Barakesh Harbor, you haul yourself aboard it quickly. As luck would have it, the boat has a canopy of woven rushes that you're kind of obscured by. So you're breathless from your chase through the water.
Right.
But you're kind of like keeping your breath like as small and as you can make it, because you can still hear Ma'uk's men everywhere racing.
Right. You don't want to be
harbor.
gasping and choking with the enemies like 5 feet away.
Yeah, god damn it.
Oh my god. Oh, fucking monsters. Yeah, no.
Oh god. No. Ma'uk's men are everywhere. They're racing along the harbor walls. Their eyes are searching the water for any sign of you. If you're to escape, you're going to have to think of something to divert their attention.
Too bad I don't carry grenades.
Yeah, that's...
Just lob a grenade somewhere out in the water over there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, let's make a couple. You rolled pretty good on your strength. Your backpack's probably okay. Was there anything in your backpack? I'm gonna say your meals were ruined.
Okay.
Let's get rid of those.
Okay.
For your gunpowder, give me a die 100 roll.
Okay. Where's the other half of this die? There it is. A 100?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's zero
Everything.
zero zero zero, right? Yeah, zero zero
Yeah,
zero.
everything
All
came.
right, cool.
You get your gunpowder is somewhat multiplied.
Oh my
No,
god, I have extra gunpowder. It's amazing.
Yeah, there is the most amazing thing from this is that even the charge that you'd preloaded into your musket is actually okay.
Ooh.
Somehow, just somehow fate didn't ruin it, so you don't lose any shots
Excellent.
from jumping in the water.
That's wonderful news.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna say you get your meals back too. That's too good of a roll.
I rolled magical meals.
They were just wrapped really tightly, and you're amazed, but they're not ruined.
Okay, cool. I'll take that. Shoot, like, let me rummage through my spells, see if there's anything I can cast at a distance. Not really. All my stuff is like buffs, and then I have a number of smites, but they're not. I mean, I don't want to like necessarily attack somebody near me, because then they'd all be looking over me where I am. None of these are at range. They're all melee.
You'd have to cast something like away from you to get it to make a distraction. Yeah, if you're casting something in the boat, they're just gonna come to the boat.
Yeah, they're just gonna come to me.
All right. Well, I am gonna go ahead and give you a perception roll here.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking if I could craft something to like set something else on fire and like set the dock on fire somewhere, like basically like a firebomb, you know, like because I have tinder,
like and you have your gunpowder,
and I do have my gunpowder, and that didn't explode, so I'd be down a shot.
I like what you're saying. Yeah, your gunpowder. Let's see. Yeah, go give me a perception roll. Give me a perception roll.
Sorry. Drinking. It's important. All right. Only a 16, because I just have a +2 to that. Six, 16? Are you there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. I was thinking about.
You just got like a super vacant look on your face.
I was thinking about cheese. Yeah, cheese is great. That's all. That's what was going on there. Okay, so you got a 16. Yeah. You notice that there are a number.
You'll have to look at the VOD later to see, because you just zoned out. It was great.
Oh, that's funny. I was reading ahead a little bit.
Okay.
So you notice there's a excuse me, there's a jar, small jars in the boat. That you could probably stuff with the gunpowder.
Kind of create like a Molotov, like with a fuse and like or lob it.
It's not gonna like hurt anybody or make like a big explosion, but because the gunpowder is not gonna be like packed in there,
right.
But you could it became like a bang. Like if you light this and chuck it, you could use your rope even as like a wick.
Or a piece of the rope, yeah.
Yeah, you could cut off a piece of the rope easily.
Okay.
And make like a bomb. So I think what I'm gonna do here.
I basically want to cause some sort of destruction away from me, or like set the dock on fire. Like those are my two.
You don't think it'll do that, but you think it will create a distraction. And I do. This is cool. I actually don't think in any of our games, even the one like the 2-year one, we've done something quite like this, where you get to where you're like crafting. This is like a crafting wall. We really haven't done that.
No.
That's really cool. So I'm gonna have you make a Arcana check.
Okay.
To see.
Not good.
Not great, but but it'd be for the crafting.
Okay. How successful of a crafting it was?
Yeah.
Well, it was super freaking successful. I rolled a 20.
Oh, beautiful. So you remember
I'm
back
gonna
to
retire
your
that
days.
die. Let's
You
go on the
remember
next
back
one.
to your days in the Borese army, where most able-bodied dwarves are required at some point to do a stint in the Borese army. And during your stint, you learned about you were taught demolitions from an aged, one-eyed, grizzled dwarf, and his lessons come back to you now as you build as you quickly craft a bomb, light it, and throw it. Now you are gonna have to make another roll here.
Okay.
This is I'm gonna say a ranged attack roll.
It's my
So that's
Karina
using-
die, Mamba. That's why I'm retiring it right now. He's like, check the die. Yeah, the next roll will be a 1. That's why I'm not touching that one again. So what am I rolling for?
This is a ranged attack roll. So that'll be Dex.
Dex. My Dex is okay. Just a straight Dex roll. That was only a 14.
Nice. Okay, that's not quite enough, but it doesn't fall in the water.
Okay.
It's enough to do what you want it to do. It's just not
Okay.
as amazing as you.
Right. It wasn't spectacular throw.
But there is a bang as your bomb skitters across the harbor and then blows up as it actually it blows up on impact. So because it's like a ceramic jar. So
Yeah.
you chuck it and it just bam blows up on the harbor and you everybody's attention is drawn to that, but they're not like running out of the harbor and nothing like catches on fire. But Mauk is ordering his black-clad troops to search the area, threatening them with death if they allow you to escape. You can hear it in Macedonian.
Okay.
But they're not looking where you are, and you have the chance to get across these boats,
Let's go.
which kind of make a bridge towards the edge of the docks, where you can see a flight of stone steps leading kind of out of the docks. Do you want to try to go there?
Oh heck yeah! Let's get out of here.
I'm gonna say go for stealth here, but get advantage because you've totally distracted everybody.
Sweet.
And they're not looking your way, so you don't have to beat too high.
Stealth +3, 19 with my addition. Yep.
That's plenty, yeah. So you make it across, creeping from one boat to the next. You reach the flight of stairs, and you taking them?
Yep.
Okay, so then at the top of the steps, beyond a small paved square, lies a maze of crooked alleyways that disappear into the shadows of the thieves' quarter. You can read the signs that say that.
Mm-hmm. Perk of knowing Macedonia.
You suddenly hear behind you Mauk yelling, she's must have left the docks. We need to spread into the city.
Dang it.
And you hear everybody heading your way.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, where can I go that is not the docks?
There is a passage ahead of you. You can sprint along. It's deserted.
Okay. I guess that's all right. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's the main way. It leads into just kind of the thieves' quarter.
Right.
So you sprint down there, and you climb a stairway into an open courtyard. You hear the clatter of hooves on the cobblestones below you, telling you that some of Mauk's men have come up behind you. You don't know if they've spotted you yet, but you're not going to wait and see. So there are 3 exits from here.
Okay.
There is a high nail-studded gate to your left. There is an alley to your right. And ahead of you, the pathway continues down a straight paved path that leads to an arch. You have to make a quick decision here.
Well, I can't keep running straight because they're gonna like see me super obviously. Like, there's no way they won't see me continuing to run straight ahead of them. So I'm not gonna go down that one.
In that case, oh, sorry, I was reading N. Weissmuller's math equations up here. So yes, you're running which way?
Well, not the straight path. Real quick, can I? Is the gate something I could climb over, or is it like impassable? Is it just? Do I think it's something I could climb over if I can't open it?
You think that you could try? I mean, it's tall.
Mm-hmm.
How good of a climber are you?
What requires
your
climbing,
athletics?
strength, or athletics? Athletics is a +6.
Athletics.
I'm good.
Okay, so yeah, you could try. There's cobblestones, and it's near to the gate. You could try to like climb over it that way, or you could just try to clamber over the gate. It's nail studded, so you could, some of the nails are sticking out. It'd be not easy, but you could try to get up there.
Means it would be harder for them to come through after me. I don't know the city at all, so I have no idea where it leads, right?
Yeah, you've never been here. No. You know about this city, and you've been to other Vasagonian cities.
Heck it, let's try the gate.
Okay. So you run up. Of course, the first thing you try is the handle. But the gate is locked.
Of course. Yeah.
So you're evaluating how to open it when suddenly the gate flies open.
Oh shit.
A man is there, and he says, quickly, Northlander. I will hide you in here.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
I didn't have to climb.
The man slams the gate behind you as you enter, and he draws the bolt. Seconds later, you hear the footfalls of the Sharnazim as they rush into the courtyard. He says, "Go inside." The man says, whispering, and he's pointing to the darkened interior of his house. So you've entered like an estate.
Okay.
This is a very nice looking house. He says, "I will get rid of the soldiers."
Well, either he's about to like betray me and make a shit ton of money by like turning me in, or he actually doesn't like this new group of people. Yeah, all right. Let's keep going.
Okay. So you enter the house, and you climb a staircase to a large airy room, which looks out over a marketplace. You see the long black flags that Captain Kelmarn mentioned, and you hear the sounds of mourning coming through a door of a hall down the way from you inside the house.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I may drift towards where I'm hearing other people.
Okay, so you start to go for the I'm reading here real quick. You start to head down the hall, and there is as you're doing that, you pass another window.
Okay.
And give me a perception check.
Perception. 15.
That's enough. This window overlooks the street.
Okay.
Kind of, it's not where you came in through the gate, but it does overlook the courtyard right before the gate, and you see the man out there talking to the Sharnazim warriors, and you spot them hand over a purse.
Mm-hmm. All right, then I'm gonna look for a different way out then.
There is the window that led out to the marketplace. You could run back and get out there.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you run there and drop to the street below. And I'm going to have you make a quick athletics check because it's a little bit of a drop.
Oh, 23.
That's enough. You land fine. And the marketplace is right around you, and beyond it is a building where you see people kneeling in prayer.
All right.
So there's also an avenue leading off to the right, which ends at an archway that's too narrow for more than like it's about as wide as one horse. And to the left, another alley leads down, and you can see beyond it is the harbor again.
So I could potentially duck behind everybody and like loop behind them and head back to the harbor where they wouldn't expect me to be.
Potentially.
Might be clever, or I would just run into more guys again, and then the whole thing is like, I tried. um, is there any way I could potentially disguise myself and join the mourners? Like
Potentially, yes, actually.
Is there are they wearing mourning robes? Does somebody have like a black sheet somewhere that I could gank?
You'd have to run in and see, but that's actually very, very possible.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if I can do that.
Okay. So you head for the hall. You push into the hall and hurry through the open doors. It's cool and dark in here. Everyone's kneeling in front of a pulpit where a holy man dressed in flowing robes of black and gold is reading aloud from a gem-encrusted book in a sorrowful voice. And he is like, basically what he's saying in Vasagonian is, God protect him, and the gods take him, and lead him into the place where his ancestors lie, and forever have him watch over us as we enter into a new land. And he's punctuating it with crying,
right,
and sobbing, and the crowd is sobbing with him. Behind him is a painting, tapestry of depicting the face of the late Zaken. And it's suspended from the roof by huge silken cords, and he just looks down sort of grimly upon the mourners. Nobody is paying any attention to you.
Okay.
The ceremony, as you're kind of just debating what to do next, it comes to an end, and everybody sort of gets up and they keep their heads down, and they shuffle past you in a flood into the streets. Back where you came,
mm-hmm.
But now the streets are full of people.
Right.
And as you exit, there is a one of the mourners grabs your arm and says, in Vasagonian, he says, you would need the mourner's mark, he says. He says, I can sell you for 2 crowns. And he holds up a thick black sash.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay. So give him 2 crowns.
Okay.
Give him 2 crowns. The sash is a mark of respect to the dead Zaken, of course.
But I blend in a little bit more because everybody's wearing one.
Yeah, this basically you just put this on as like a special item. Call it a mourner's sash.
Okay.
And you wear this like over your armor, and it covers most of you. All right. You kind of follow the crowd, and you're totally mingled in there now.
Mm-hmm.
And the press of the crowd takes you down another street that is lined with eating houses and small taverns, where the smell of food is mingled with the odor of stale wine, and the air is alive with chatter and gossip. Your attention is drawn to a freshly pasted notice on the tavern wall, which reads, "The Zaken is dead. Long live the Zaken." There's other writing below it if you wish to read, or you can keep moving.
I need to find out more information, but I don't know if like the propaganda thing is going to say exactly how he died and what's going on. Because clearly there's some sort of an upheaval if the guy that was bringing me here is like, oh shit, like these guys are, we don't want these guys to be beating us. How dare they be in power? So it's like, okay, he was probably killed actually.
There's some kind of a coup is what you're saying.
Exactly. So I need to find somebody who knows information, but that I can also trust because they don't like the new establishment.
Okay, so are you moving on? Does that mean you're reading this?
No, I think I'm gonna keep going because
Okay.
this feels like it's gonna just be more propaganda of like,
The passage ends at a tree-lined plaza. Um, you do realize that despite your sash, you kind of stick out like a sore fucking thumb out
I mean, I'm a dwarf. I'm a dwarf.
here. You're a dwarf. You're very white. You've clearly not been long in Vasagonia. And your armor over that, you wore that white tunic of the depicting, the Duranese
Mm-hmm.
paladin. So you have the Knights of the White Mountain. So yeah, you stand out.
Nah.
um, to your left is a small dwelling with a curious wooden sign hanging above the door, carved in the shape of a fish. To your right is a tavern, and the sign above the tavern door seems oddly appropriate. It's called the Hunted Lord.
Hmm.
The fish symbol. You spotted this last adventure. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, it like a necklace thing that somebody was wearing, wasn't it? Like an amulet of some sort.
Yeah. It's the.
It was the quiet monk guy, the people who don't talk.
Right. That's an order of the Redeemers.
Okay.
They're the silent order devoted to a lifetime of prayer, pilgrimage, and the study of the healing arts.
Right. Potentially, they're not going to be able to talk and give me away, but and I can't really get information from them if none of them are talking. Unless we can sign language ourselves through things.
Your call.
Let's go there. Yeah, why not?
Okay. The house smells strongly of burnt incense. You enter through a narrow hallway lined with chairs, and you walk slowly along the central aisle towards a fountain, which is flanked by a pair of massive orange-red pillars. A man dressed from head to toe in black appears from behind the left-hand pillar and walks towards you. Suddenly, you hear behind you Mauk's men enter the plaza. You just hear him calling out, find or search every home. And there's kind of some commotion as the Sharnazim are doubtless shoving people aside and looking for people. You cast a bit of an anxious glance towards the open door, and the man here sees that and puts his finger to his lips.
Mm-hmm.
And then points towards a door in the back.
All right, let's go.
All right, you rush in through the door and you find that you are in a cellar. You close, I imagine you close the door behind you?
Yeah.
All right, so you close and bolt that door. And are drenched in darkness. Of course,
have dark vision.
Dark vision, so you're okay.
I'm fine.
What are you doing?
Let's try and find someplace that I can hide my short stature, that when they throw the door open and do a quick cursory glance around, they're not going to see me.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Oh, music died. Hang on. 2 seconds.
The music died.
Oh, God.
Every time.
Every time.
Bye, bye, little dwarven guy.
Excuse me, I am a lady. And that is a car.
Yeah, that's a car out there.
I can identify things. Woo!
That's a car in Vasagonia. So it's a Desi skyship.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
18.
Okay. You find a few things in here. There's a coil of rope here, and there's a tinder box, but you already have that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You also notice a grill in the center of the small stone room. It's a large iron grill. You think you could lift it and fit down inside of it. There is a horrible stench rising from it. You also hear outside the muffled sounds of Mauk's men as they enter the dwelling.
Yeah. All right, let's try and hide.
You wrench open the grill and see there's actually a ladder. It's slippery, but it disappears into the dark, stench-filled shaft.
Sure, sounds safe.
Okay, so
maybe it leads out to the sewers or something. Yeah, let's go.
All right, so you kind of drag the grill behind you and lock it in place as you go down. Give me a I'm gonna say that halfway down you slip on the ladder.
Okay.
And I want a dex
slimy
save.
and gross. Okay.
Yeah, it's slimy and gross. I want a dex save.
15.
That is enough. You catch yourself at the last minute, and kind of stumble down the ladder a little bit, but you alight safely into just an oppressive smell, and you actually might know where you are. Why don't you give yourself a history check?
16. 13 plus 3. Yeah.
This is the Bagadaruz. The Bagadaruz is the main drainage sewer of Barakish. And one of the crewmen above the galley that you were on, coming this way, actually was an old man nicknamed the Stink because he smelled so much. Had told you about this place. He said that he had been sentenced to 1 year's imprisonment here for a crime he did not commit on a journey ages ago. Peering along the gloomy tunnels, you wonder now how he survived for so long in the dank, filthy sewer.
Right.
Your thoughts are disturbed suddenly by the sound of splintering wood coming from up above you.
Right, slamming the door open. Yep.
A chunk of shattered timber rains down through the iron grate as the Sharnazim are forcing open the cellar door. You hear immediately Mauk say, "Check everything. Check the grate." What are you doing? I should tell you, you're in the sewer.
Okay.
There's a junction where 3 channels meet.
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
A left, a right, and a straight ahead. Yeah, sorry about that. Forgot I didn't say that. So you can rush that way if you wish, but any one of those, left, right, or straight.
Can I use my sixth sense ability to be like to ask, does this way lead out? Or do they all lead out? Or no? I just that's right. I have to sit and think. Yeah.
Augury takes a moment to tap into the spiritual forces. So you have.
Does any direction smell better than the others?
Oh God, no! They smell awful.
All right, let's go. Let's go straight this time.
All right. You force yourself along the canal, which is thick with green and black scum, clotted with a hideous variety of filth and debris. There are huge cockroaches crawling in and out of the cracked ceiling. The vile water is waist deep, and as the surface scum breaks, a cloud of putrid gas wafts up and engulfs you.
Ew.
The stench is appalling. Choking, you cover your mouth and nose with the edge of your sash. A sudden splash warns you that Mauk's men have entered the sewers behind you.
Damn it. All
Still
right.
going?
I gotta keep going forward. Yep.
All right, so you wade about a few more yards when give me a perception check.
Give me a perception check.
Give me a perception check.
6? How's 6 going?
6 is not great. You do not hear the creature until it is on you. And this is like, have you actually ever seen anybody play Resident Evil 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that scene where the liquor first appears?
Oh no.
And is hanging from the ceiling?
Oh no.
That's what this is like. You suddenly hear like a and you look up in time to see a gigantic creeping reptile hanging from the ceiling, gripping the stone with its long curved claws.
Do not want.
Its huge oval eyes flicker hungrily as it focuses on you and the scent of live flesh. It suddenly drops down at you, and it gets a surprise round here because you did not.
No, I did not perception high enough.
No. So Holy shit. Let's see how it does. Okay. Because it's got some stats on it. Well, what's your AC?
It's 16 now.
You're fortunate in that its first blow completely misses.
Okay.
You back away just in time as it lands, it tries to like fall on you, striking your claws. Mamba, I'll show you a picture of this because Mamba's like, "Is it a snake? Is it a snake?" He's so badly wants it to be a snake. Let me pull up a picture.
No, that was Lone Wolf's curse. This is Shard.
I don't think you fought any snakes.
Nope.
Yeah. Let me give you a picture of this of kind of what this thing looks like a little bit. It's not a full body picture, and he's gonna be happy because it is very snake-like. Oh, I haven't moved you over here yet.
Nope.
Boop, ba-doop. There we go.
Ugh. It's a big ass lizardy thing.
Big ass lizardy thing.
Yummy.
There it is. Picture kind of a upright standing like crocodile, but it does have a very serpentine mouth. Maybe even a little bit of like a raptor from Jurassic Park kind of looking thing. Yeah. So
Mamba clearly wants me to die to snakes. Like that's his
he
life
just
goal.
likes seeing you fight him. So he tries to slice at you at first. He slices again, 15.
Nope.
And tries to just chomp down on you. He misses with all his attacks.
Nice.
It's your turn.
Okay. I may want to cast. Sorry, I haven't used many of her spells yet, so I'm still trying to learn which one I want. Is it Divine Favor I want? Hang on. You said this one's a little tanky, little beefy, or just it hits hard.
This thing hits hard?
Is that what you were saying?
You don't know. You haven't been hit by it yet.
No. And I haven't encountered it before.
No, you don't know it. You don't know what this is. I mean, you can make a quick nature check. You can always do a nature check on things.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action cast Divine Favor, which lets me roll an additional 1d4.
I was just gonna ask, what the heck does that do?
An additional 1d4 damage to each of my hits for a minute. It's a concentration.
Is it a spell?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
So you're gonna try to strike. So that's your bonus action.
That's my bonus action. So I'm gonna.
Then you've got your 2 attacks.
Yep. I'm gonna try and hit it. Which, oh god, hang on. It's +6 still? Yes? Yes, okay.
Did you get it?
22 to hit, yeah.
Oh yeah. So he falls down, and you step back, light up your sword by muttering Divine Favor, and then you strike. So roll damage on that.
A +7? Oh well, I still hit it. It got hit. It's officially hit.
It's good that NY Mueller is there.
Oh yeah, no, I kind of need that because for some reason I have the worst time remembering what I'm supposed to roll unless I write it down, and I write it down in like the weirdest places. So every time I come back to the game, I forgot where I wrote it down. 1d8, my 1d4, and +2, correct? Oh wait, the battle axe is a +6 damage. It's my
the battle
strength.
axe is you. So are you wielding it both-handed?
No, I'll do the one hand.
Okay. So you swing your battle axe. That's a +2 to damage because of your dueling.
Yep.
It's your strength.
+4.
And it's 1d8.
Yep.
And then plus
And then the 1d4. So okay. 14 damage.
Jeez. Okay, that's a brutal hit. You just come down on this thing. with your axe, and it lets out just a hissing shriek as so you drop your axe down on this thing, and you leave a deep gash on its back as it pulls away, and a thick like green blood mixes with the ooze of the sewer, and the smell that comes off of it adds just an acrid tint to everything that that's already going wrong with your nose down here.
I'm having a great day.
You do have your second. Yeah, I know you're having a wonderful day. It's a good day to wear white. I'm glad you
Oh
wear
yeah.
white.
Oh yeah. Best color choice.
It's your turn again for your second attack.
Okay. 20 to hit.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit again. I love having like bonuses this high to hit. It's amazing. And then, well, I could have rolled that better. And that one's okay. All right. 11 this time.
All right. So the thing is launching itself at you. I mean, it kind of went down on all fours and then just leaps at you out of the water, and you slice as it comes. Again, you catch it, but then it's on you. Okay. And it's pushing you down and hits with its first claw. It crits with its bite.
Dang it! Critting
and
monsters.
It misses with its next claw.
Okay,
it just goes down on you. So here's what our damage looks like. The bite's actually, let's see. So the claw, as it gets you, like you guys gotta hit at the same time. It's just a clash of forces here. And the claw damage, not that bad. That's 4 damage.
I'm okay.
That's literally rolled both ones on that, so that wasn't too bad.
I'll take it.
But let's see what the bite was. That was a little bit tough. The bite was 10 damage.
Okay.
That's piercing, and you are grappled because it's locked its jaws around you, and it's got you actually down in the water. You've gone under the sewer.
So I have to break out of it then.
You're submerged. I mean, you can fight. You can try to kill it and get it off of you. I mean, you hit it pretty good. But you are definitely in the water.
I'm on a timer now because I might drown.
And your attacks are disadvantaged because you're down prone. So go ahead and decide what you want to do on your turn.
You know,
I will say it's pretty hurt.
I'm gonna try and kill it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god! I am so glad I get to reroll ones.
Was it a 1?
Yeah.
All right, reroll that 1.
Okay, that's better. 18 to hit this time.
That does hit.
Oh, okay.
As luck would have it, as your lucky feat saves you, you land with your axe kind of tucked in by your chest, and it falls on that as it bites you. So go ahead and give me your damage roll. It's probably gonna kill it.
Yes, Waterino, a 1 is an epic fail usually, but my character has a feat that lets her reroll ones one time. So if I roll a second one, I have to keep that one. But yeah, it's basically the halfling trait that I stole from our other game.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, she's already lost a character in the course of our games here.
I know.
This is her second character.
I know. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's the lucky feat.
Yeah, we changed the lucky feat from the official D&D 5 one because it is too powerful. So I just interspersed it with the halfling's lucky feat, which is a little bit more reasonable.
Yeah. And I took that because as a solo campaign, if I get a 1, I can't I don't have a party member to help me. All right, so that was 13 damage for that one hit.
Yeah, it does kill it as it collapses on you. You're still stuck under its body.
So I'm gonna have to strength roll it out.
Yeah, give me a strength roll.
Athletics? No, just a strength.
Just strength.
How does a 22 sound?
That sounds enough to shove this thing off of you. So you shove it off, and you stand up, and you realize you've swallowed some of the water, and you instantly just vomit. You're gonna take a little damage from that. Just yeah, you just barf into the water. And you're covered in this muck. The
I'm gonna
smell
need
is
to find a
everywhere.
bath so fast.
You're not even checking in with your taste buds. You're like, I'm not gonna see what's going on there. You take 2 damage. Um, you've lost one of your potions out of your backpack.
No. Okay.
It was crushed under the weight of you when you fell.
All right.
And give me a die 100 roll.
No, I don't wanna. I refuse. A 98.
Okay, that was very lucky. That was really good. Otherwise, you would have lost your pouch of gold crowns.
No, I need my muns.
So you're okay that way. It takes a while. The nausea is just not subsiding. I mean, you're just gonna have to push on.
Mm-hmm.
You're just moving through the slimy water. You can't hear anything behind you. But probably turning around is not the best idea.
No, I need to keep going.
So then you reach a junction where a wider tunnel crosses your path, and you can continue the way you're going, or you can branch off to the left or to the right.
Let's go to the right.
All right. You come to a domed sewer vault where the tunnel widens out. There's a chute descending from the center of the chamber, ending just a few feet above the oily surface of the water. And there's a mass of food scraps and offal just kind of floating right beneath the chute. And the stink of rotting meat is overpowering. And it's all just kind of caught in this little eddy that's like swirling it around in a cyclone of, I mean, literally a cyclone of shit that's going on here.
Ew.
Give me a perception check.
I get to re-roll once. I'll take that 20. That 20. It's not a nat 20, but yeah, I'll take that 20.
Okay,
It's
you
much
got
better.
a 20. There you go.
I didn't roll a 1. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your perception shows you that the water is deeper here. So if you step from where you are, you're kind of like up to your, I mean, you're small, so you're kind of up to your like knees, right above your knees.
Oh, okay.
In water right now. You can see that this like drops away like a lot. And the tunnel continues, you can see beyond this, but it's about 20 feet of putrid sewer that lies between you and the other side. So you have a couple options. You can either, you have a rope,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you also see there's a long metal bar that protrudes from the side of the chute. You could try to hang your rope on that and like swing across.
Okay. Oh, do the rope swing thing that I did earlier. Yeah. Pull the Indiana Jones again.
I always felt actually like this adventure, there are some very Indiana Jones moments, like running through the marketplace. Just reminds me a lot of like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Right.
You could try to swim across the vault, or if this is just too much, you can turn around. You can always turn around.
I don't want to swim. I mean, because if I can make it through here, it's unlikely the guys will follow me, because they'll probably, if they don't find me by the time they get here, they'll probably be like, "Yep, I'm good." She no way she went this way. Like, yeah. Let's try and swing across.
All right. So you tie a large knot on one end of the rope, and you're gonna try to hurl the knotted end towards your target, and see if you can jam it in a V-shaped joint on the pipe.
All right.
Let's see if you can do this.
I don't know. What do I roll?
That is gonna be a. Let's see. I want to say that's a good sleight of hand check.
Okay. $16. Yep, plus
Yeah,
3.
that is just enough.
Just enough? All right.
Yeah, it literally was 16 is what I
Oh,
was
nice.
thinking.
I rolled
So,
a 13 plus 3, so.
Yeah, so it takes you maybe a couple tries, but by your fourth attempt, you've chucked that rope, you've caught it in the pipe, and you can now see if you can swing across. It's going to take another athletics check.
Oh boy.
Otherwise, you're going to drop in this.
I don't want to go. I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall. Oh, I'm fine. I rolled an 18 plus 6, so yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, I wanted a 29. So.
Oh, come on.
No, you make it.
You need a 62 in order to get across.
Yeah, 62 in order to get across. Or Pathfinder rules.
No.
So you swing across, and you lose your rope. There's no way you can rescue it.
Okay.
So remove your rope from your.
Sad violin song to the rope.
Everybody's asking you about dead cells.
Oh no, it's still not doing it. Okay, so what happened, guys, just FYI, is Twitch, every time I try and reset, keeps telling me I'm playing Dead Cells.
Oh
I am
God,
not playing Dead Cells at all.
I mean, maybe we are. We're playing our version of Dead Cells. It's this is our take on Dead Cells. Yeah, that's so funny.
Okay, this is the 4th time now that I have tried to update, and we shall see if it actually works.
That's great.
I actually got the notification this time. That's good. It hasn't been popping up there.
I think you should just always say you're playing Dead Cells.
I'm just always playing Dead Cells.
We'll get a lot
Doesn't
of
this
people
look
that
like
just
Dead
go
Cells? Dead Cells is totally a giant lizard monster in the sewers. Come on.
I'm sure there are. I need to play some Dead Cells, actually. I forgot that it came out.
I'm stoked. I really do want to play that. One of these days I'll get a copy of it. Dead Cells is fantastic, Mom, but thanks for asking.
Yeah, it's going well. It's thanks to most people don't know that Dead Cells requires dice and a DM, but
that's how you really play it. Hang on, now I'm gonna pull this up on my phone. I pull the app up on my phone to see if it actually changed or not, because it's still.
This is while you're doing that, I'm gonna tell you. So you make sure you get your rope out of there. Black Mamba.
All right, network error. Network error on the
network error.
Phone app, so it's not running right. Okay, good. At least it's Twitch's problem and not my problem.
How's the music going, everybody? Is it are we listening to lullaby music or?
No, it's like Celtic battle music. We're good.
That's cool. That's good.
Pagan, it's called Pagan Metal. Hang on, I have to restart this.
Pagan Metal. Badass. All right.
Yep.
So you swing. Speaking of metal, you leave your rope hanging from the metal bar, and the passage ahead winds and curves like a giant snake, and the foul air wafting towards you is hot and humid. You do seem to have shaken off your pursuers, though. You don't think they're not going to be able to grab that rope, even though you left it there. They'll know where you went, but the Baga Daruz is very long, and I mean, it goes under the entire city, and some say even beyond to the.
So I could be in here for days and then die. It'll be great.
Yeah, you have yet to escape from here, so you could be in here for days and die in the stinking horror. So yeah, there's that. There's that to look forward to in your life. The temperature rises steadily as you go forward until you are bathed in sweat. Ahead, you see a chamber filled with steam that rises from the bubbling floor. You are about to enter the chamber when you catch a glimpse of the danger awaiting you. The stone walkway ends abruptly, only a few yards into the chamber, and 10 feet below, lying before you like the surface of a huge boiling cauldron, is a tar sork, which is a Vasagonian word for mud geyser. So these geysers are pretty common through Vasagonia. Most of the desert empire is actually unstable.
How is there one of these in the middle of the sewer system?
Well, that's the point. They built it around here to provide a constant source of heat for the dwellings built over the chamber. So the steam that's rising from here is going into a pair of huge circular chimneys in the dome ceiling, and those are feeding heat to the buildings above. So there's no other way out of this chamber you'd have to climb the rock-hewn chamber wall. It's got a lot of footholds. There's a left chimney and a right chimney. So you're either going to have to climb those, or you're going to have to go back, swim across that junk, and take another passage.
I'm not going backwards.
All right. These mud geysers, fun fact, the Vasagonians they often send tremors through like they'll tremor in what is that called? A geothermic activity. Mm-hmm. It's rarely very dangerous, but the Vasagonians call them the wrestling gods, which is Tassa do Fiem in Vasagonian. Mm. So there is the left chimney or the right chimney?
Left, Twix.
Taking the left?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You pull yourself into the left chimney, and you pause to catch your breath. The steam's kind of we built this city. It's nice, Mama. The steam is burning into your lungs, and every move you're making here is becoming a tremendous strain. For your hands and feet are getting swollen and sore from the burning rock.
Time to keep going. Gotta push on.
You're gonna take 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
As you climb up. You hook your fingers into a jagged crack in the wall of the sweltering chimney and try to draw yourself upwards when a wave of fear engulfs you. And you get just a shiver down your arm, and I'm gonna show you something here, changing out our picture. Hold on, I'm blowing it up.
Oh, god damn it. I got a giant spider, guys.
All right. So...
okay, there it is.
Yeah, it jumped on me. But you have... Something is crawling up your forearm. And you have accidentally disturbed a nest of loathsome arachnids. That's a word to say. Loathsome arachnids. All right. You're gonna have to. You can only fight one-handed here because you're trying to hang on. Mm-hmm. And there's a chance you could fall down into the geyser
and then
the boiling geyser. Yeah.
Oh god.
Below.
Oh god.
So it is. Let's roll some initiatives.
Okay. Plus Dex. 19.
19. Okay. You're gonna go first.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your first attack here. The spiders are.
Yeah. Snow, cover your eyes. You don't want to look at the spider.
These things are they're tiny, but they're crawling up and down your arm, and you've hit a nest of them. So, any attack you make, you're not chopping at your arm with an axe here.
Okay.
You're going to be using your other hand to like rip them off unless you have another plan. And you can make like they're tiny spiders. They don't have like a ton of health. So if you hit one, you'll smash it.
Right. How many are there?
You don't know yet. You feel them crawling all up and down you.
God.
Well, up and down. Not all over yet.
Okay. Yeah, let's try and knock them off my arm.
All right. Make a. That's going to be like a melee attack roll, but just using your fists.
So
you don't get your dueling for this because you're not using a weapon, but you get your strength mod, and I don't think you're proficient in unarmed strength.
No.
I'm just gonna say your strength mod for this.
Okay.
You're not monk striking your arm.
Right. Okay, I need to stop rolling ones. I am going to retire this die because I have rolled 6 ones on it in the I don't know, a lot of ones. Okay, yeah, that's better. This is just an attack roll.
Yeah.
12 to hit. I mean, I figure it'll hit.
Do you have any Isher points left from the last adventure?
No.
I think you used it. Okay.
I did use it.
That's just too low. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
underneath. You're like pounding at your arm, but before you can get it off, you have to grab again.
All right, second
a hold
attack.
of the rock. Yep, second attack.
13 this time. So what?
That
was what I needed.
Yeah, that's what you needed. Was 13.
Jesus.
So
All right.
you kind of you managed to smash one
Heck. Okay.
on your arm. The ones that are left are gonna keep trying to bite you.
Great.
Well, one hits. Let's see. Only one hits.
Okay.
So that's not too bad. The others aren't trying to bite you, but the one that you were trying to swing off, he just sinks fangs into your skin, and you take a piercing damage for that. So 1, but you have to make a Constitution save.
It's a poison thing.
It is poison. Yes.
I'm.
And you're dwarvish, right?
Yeah, so I'm not immune, but I
don't
get
think-
advantage against those rolls.
You get advantage. Okay, so make a con save at advantage.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, you're okay. You're okay.
All right.
You
Yeah,
can.
It is a cool design. It is a cool looking spider, isn't it? There we go. Words. I can words today.
Yeah, I did not like spiders as a kid, so this
Well,
picture
almost
did me
everybody
in.
dislikes spiders. I live in a house that is infested with them some days because
Ugh.
they're all over the place in the summer here. But I like how it kind of looks like it has a mask on its abdomen there. It has a face.
Yeah, I like that. It's got its own, you can see this as being named like these are actually called steam spiders, which is kind of cool.
It looks like a luchador mask, so
Yeah, it does. It really does. All right. So, you can are you gonna attack these guys again?
Yep, skim off me.
All right.
18 to hit. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
So you snack another one off.
Yep.
All right.
And another 13 to hit. Awesome.
All right. So you managed to smack a couple more off. There are more coming out of the nest. Do you wanna
Keep
are
going?
you doing anything special, or you want to keep going?
Let's get past it.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
An athletics. Okay. +6. How's the 15 doing?
You're making it. You're
Okay.
climbing up. You
Okay.
just start going. You don't think there's you
Yeah.
manage to move before too many more can crawl on you. You still get what's your AC? 18?
16 now.
16
I lost
now?
my shield.
Oh, you lost your shield. That's right. Okay, so you get another bite. Take a piercing damage and throw a
Another poison thing.
Yeah.
Okay. 33.
Oh, and Weissmuller's reminding you your proficiency went up. So, but
Oh, God dang it.
But she won't get proficiency for these rolls because she's just doing unarmed strike. Have you been adding proficiency?
No. Well, it's fine. It's fine.
For these, you're just supposed to get a +4, I think, because it's your
It's
strength,
just my
right?
strength mod.
Oh, he means for athletics. For athletics, you would have gotten your bonus proficiency.
Oh crap! I have to re-add all my numbers. No.
That's all right though. Go ahead and make your con save.
All right, so they're all +1 now. Got it.
Yeah. So your con save will also. I think you have con as a saving, right?
I do. Yeah.
Is that one of your proficient? So that'll have a. Just remember, you have +3 to that in addition to whatever your con mod is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So roll that out with advantage.
Oh no, con isn't one of my proficient saving throws. That's wisdom.
Oh, okay. Then
That's
it's
wisdom and
It's
charisma.
just whatever your con is.
Yeah,
And roll advantage.
but advantage. Okay. 17. It's a 13 plus 4.
13 plus 4, 17. You're okay.
Yep.
All right. It's your turn again.
Okay.
Dawn speaks true. Tavern brawler. If you want to be an unarmed brawler.
Is that something a paladin can learn though?
Oh yeah, it's a feat.
Oh. That might actually be a good idea at some point because I'm constantly losing my weapons and stuff. But so I'm gonna keep climbing, I guess. Or are there still more on me? There's still more on me.
There's a couple on you, yeah.
All right, let's try and knock them off then.
All right.
20.
That hits one. You crush it.
And a 16.
Yeah, you crush them both. You knock them off, and now if you're hand free, you manage to make the rest of the climb.
Okay.
Pull yourself out, and you reach a place where the chimney is not a vertical shaft, but it curves into a horizontal tunnel leading south.
Okay.
So the heat's really oppressive here, but the steam is cleared. Every nerve and tissue in your body seems agonizingly sensitive, like it's just been cooked a little. And your progress along the narrow shaft is difficult.
I need a bath. I need a serious scrubbing after this whole adventure.
All hope of signing a peace treaty with the New Zaken at this point is probably gone.
Yeah.
Your main concern is to get out of this hellish sewer.
Yep.
And somehow get back to Summerland as quickly as possible.
Yep, and let the king know that, oh shit, things went badly. Wasn't my fault.
You get to a spot where there's a square vent cover in the ceiling about 10 feet ahead, and you can tell it's badly corroded. You could probably bash it open.
All right.
If you want to get out of here.
Let's do it. Let's get out of here. I need a bath and clothes to be a little less.
I'm also
obvious.
Yeah. You bash it open, and I was gonna make you roll for it, but never mind. You just bash it open, and you pull yourself out, and by chance, you have gained access to the one place in Bearquiche you most wanted to visit.
Oh God, am I in the palace?
You're in the public baths.
Yes! Hallelujah.
I have to give Joe credit. There are times where it fits it. You knew exactly what you'd be thinking.
Although, like, there was clearly chances to miss the public baths if I went the other ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of options in the sewers. This is a favorite picture of mine from. So I'm gonna throw this up here.
It's very tiny.
Hold up, it's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. Boop.
Oh God. Okay.
So I just love the look on his face. You enter a large vestibule constructed from blocks of pink and white marble. A man in white robe sits near a door in the far wall. He is reading a scroll held close to his face. He doesn't seem to see you enter the baths, but he is quick to sense your presence.
I smell real bad right now.
Martian, he cries. You smell worse than a Bachna. He hurls a towel at you and points to the door. And says, take my advice. His fingers pinching shut his nostrils. Don't get undressed. Your clothes need the bath as much as you.
Okay. Let's hustle off to the bath. I am happy.
Okay, I'm gonna have you make a roll real quick.
Okay.
This is let me think what you would roll for this. Make a Constitution save. Now, just don't try to read into this too much. But you're not immune to disease, right?
Yes,
you don't
I am.
Have any? Is it poison and disease?
No, I'm resistant to poison, but I'm immune to disease now after level 3.
Is that a
divine?
dwarven
It's
thing,
a
or is
paladin
that
thing.
Nice.
It's a paladin
Okay.
thing. Divine health, immune to disease. I picked it up at level 3 or 4. I think.
Never mind. That answers my question.
I am
you
not
know how to make
plagued.
This roll.
Excellent.
There is a very infamous thing that can happen in the sewers if you get dunked in the water. or spend too much time down there, where you can gain what's called limb death.
Oh shit!
And limb death actually will eventually ruin your ability to like use your arm.
That would be horrendous for a warrior.
Yeah, there's a really interesting. Like I said, this is a really open-ended book. There's a whole side quest you go on to try to find a cure. Yeah, and you don't have to succeed at it. Like you can end up with a dead arm, which is really kind of interesting. It's one of the more infamous sections in the book. But with you being immune to disease, I forgot that as a paladin. What is that one called? That's like, do you remember what that's called? Divine health.
Divine health, yeah.
Divine health, yeah. Okay, cool.
That's why I wasn't worried.
Water Inu. Sorry, you were disconnected. You've missed her smelling bad and avoiding a disease. All right.
Don't go into the source, kids. Stay out of the source.
You're gritting your teeth in anticipation of the moment when this guy notices you're not Macedonian.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually just returns to his scroll. It doesn't seem to make any more notice of you. Make maybe an insight check.
20.
He's short-sighted. He's really short-sighted. So he can't see you.
Awesome.
All right. So what are you doing?
Taking a bath.
You
cleaning my armor.
You look around and spot that beyond, there's a door here which leads into a long hall, and there's several open chambers down the hall. Each leads to a sunken bath. The baths are full of perfumed water, and this water just splashes into it and drains away directly into the Baga Daruz.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, what are you doing?
Taking a bath.
Are you just jumping in?
Well, everything needs cleaned. I can't, take the armor off and just put it back on. That will defeat the purpose of,
All right, so you jump back into the bath.
I'm gonna take special care with the gun to make sure I clean all the gunk out of that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you jump in the bath with all your clothes and armor on. The sash is pretty ruined. Why don't you just get rid of that?
Yeah.
How's
my the white paladin cloak? Is that irreversible? We have to toss it?
I would say toss it.
Yeah.
I'd say your cloak is gone. There's not much else you can do there. Pretty much you're down to what's it called? Like your chainmail and your underclothes.
Right.
There's not much else that was salvageable. I mean, you can still wear it. You can put them back on after this if you want. They're not gonna be white. They're gonna be stained.
Right.
The water is actually cool. It's perfumed, and you notice a large earthenware jar stands beside the bath, filled to the brim with a translucent purple substance.
Okay. Does it smell good? Does it smell better than what I currently smell like?
Give me a medicine check, because you actually have quite a lot of healing abilities. You might know this.
I do. Medicine. 20, yeah.
Yeah, it's an oil made from the fruit of the Larnuma tree. It has a soothing effect when rubbed into your skin.
Oh, so that'll really help with these steam burns.
Yeah. So, you gonna use this?
Yeah. Let's definitely on my poor.
One of my favorite options in this section is, do you want to swallow some of the purple oil?
No.
I just love the thought of the hero going into the bath, eating the bath salts.
Yeah, I'm getting real high on weird bath salts. Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I think Don's right. I think there is a cantrip that can like clean soiled things.
I don't
Um,
have it, unfortunately.
I want to say it's mending. I want to say that's mending, Don.
Oh, it is mending. Yeah, mend.
Is it mending? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's repair broken things. My druid has
I
that.
think does mend, or is it like clean? Does mending also clean, or
I think
is
it just fixes something that's broken. So, like, if my gun snapped in half or something, I could mend it together.
So there's not like a laundry spell, like do laundry.
Not that I've ever had in any of my classes. It probably exists.
And Weissmuller says it might be prestidigitation, which could make sense. I'd have to look it up.
I can pull it up.
I forget all the special things that prestidigitation can do. It's like you can cause rabbits to jump out of a hat.
What?
And now prestidigitation's like, it's like the warlock's version, or like what Karina had with her thaumaturgy.
Uh-huh.
But it's a little bit more like light and bubbly version of that. Yeah, you can clean or soil an object. You can instantaneously clean objects with that.
Fancy.
Yeah. Prestidigitation. All right. So you rub this oil into your skin. You feel your muscles start to relax. The oil soothes the cuts and bruises and burns, which covers your body and restores 2d4 hit points.
Let's roll that up. Well, +5.
All right. So you're healed. That you can use any healing that you want here too. If you want to drink a potion, heal yourself.
I mean, I should probably heal up a bit. I'm at 38 HP right now. Yeah. Let's go ahead and chug one of these potions.
I'm gonna give you a moment to make those rolls. I'm gonna go fill up my
Cool.
Put on another pot of tea. I'll be right back.
Are you back? Okay.
Yep. What's up?
How about my meals? Are they still edible?
Oh, that's a good call, Nan
Do a roll?
Weissmuller. No, I'm gonna say they're not something you're gonna want to eat.
Right. No.
Yeah,
I didn't think so.
Let's say they did not survive that. I will make you roll briefly for your gun to see if the gunpowder in it survived. Actually, no, forget that. You rolled that 100. I'm going to say that still stands. Your gun was really well packed today.
Okay.
Your gun's fine, but
I mean, I'm considering like that I used 1 shot worth of gunpowder to.
Yeah, that's right. That you did do that for the distraction back in the harbor. So no, and Weissmuller, you don't get a Kai point for that one. Having washed off the worst of the dirt, Shard, you clamber out of the bath and you enter a small antechamber. The room is hot and arid, and your clothes are soon as dry as bone. Beyond the antechamber is another hall. This one's crowded with people, some seated, some others standing, and everybody's busy in conversation. It flows over you like just kind of a wave of noise. These are free baths in Barracouche.
Mm-hmm.
So the citizens of the capital are just they're always using them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
These baths are actually the envy of the other desert cities where water is scarce and precious. The citizens treat these bathhouses as like a forum, a place for meeting, talking with friends, hanging out. Most of the conversation that you overhear is about the new Zaken.
Right, which that was what I was going to say, like eavesdropping on people. Like what
awesome.
information can I gather?
You mostly what you gather is that people are not.
Hang on, you started to your internet connection. Yeah, you're cutting out every couple seconds here.
Oh, my back.
You're roboting.
Still?
It seems to be better now.
Is it good?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll try.
My sound's okay?
Yeah, right now.
All right. So you're hearing mostly bad talk about him. People don't like him. They're not pleased by the order event. Some are whispering of conspiracy. But it's all happening. I mean, everybody's just kind of in awe, in shock. It all just sort of like happened.
It was
like
really sudden, just happened. Everyone's still reeling.
Yeah, they're still reeling, and nobody expected that Kima Zoc and Kima would become the new. That wasn't like even in the cards. So this is not a positive thing.
Okay.
There's a large towel here that you can use to dry yourself off, and you can keep it if you want. It's huge. It's like 2 backpack items.
So basically a bedroll.
Nice fluffy towel. Do you want to keep it?
Sure, I'll just keep it as a bedroll potentially.
Memento. Yeah, it says on it, come again to the Barakish baths.
Yep.
All right.
My best souvenir ever.
All right, so you head outside. What's your? Just so I get a sense of where you're trying to go from here.
I don't really know, other than probably since she hasn't fallen into some sort of resistance group yet of let's take this guy down. She probably needs to get back and make sure that the king knows that we've got some terrible politics going on, and that the peace treaty has failed because this new guy is apparently incredibly violent and wants to murder us. So
you're gonna try to make it back to the harbor.
I think so.
Okay. So then you head down the stairs and away from the bath hall, and you enter the Sadi Tas Uda, which is the Square of the Dead. Jet black flagstones will cover this square. Each has a long iron spike set deep in its center. From the bath hall steps, the square resembles the back of a massive iron porcupine, but when you reach the base of the steps, you realize that the Sadi Das Uda is in fact far more sinister in its purpose. So stuck on top of each spike is a human skull.
Oh, that's fun.
Let me, I have a picture of this, of all things. Another good one, classic. Let's see if I can pull it up. If I can find it. Here it is. Sorry about that delay. I went past it. Okay. So stuck on top of each spike is a human skull. All that remains are pirates, murderers, traitors, and thieves who have been sentenced to death. This grisly display serves as a warning to others to never defy the law of the Zaken. As you reach the far side of the square, you brush against a spike. Fresh blood smears across the arm of your tunic, staining it a dark red.
I just took a bath.
Yeah, it was dirty anyway. You raise your eyes, cursing at your misfortune. And then you are shocked into silence by the sight before you.
Oh no, is it the captain?
Impaled upon the sharp iron pole is the head of the captain.
Damn it.
To either side are the heads of all the galley crew, including the Vasagonian galley, the envoy, everybody. That word that's branded into their head there, that is Vasagonian for traitor.
Oh god. Okay. Well, there goes my way home. Shit.
So the main way out of here is takes you to the streets of the Mikarum, the district where the spice and herb merchants live.
Okay.
Do you want to take that?
What other options do I have?
Not much unless you want to run unless you want to go back to the bathhouse or stay in the square
Just stand here in mourning for days.
I mean, you could, I don't know, you might be wanting to wait for somebody. You might be wanting to check out the area. Actually, give me a perception check. Let's do that.
12, not very good.
No, the only way you really see forward is the street.
Okay.
So you're taking that?
Yep.
All right. So you come to the end of a narrow, winding street. You're just sort of wandering around the district. You don't know where you're going. You're lost. I mean, you've never been in the city. You exited from the sewers.
I'm
You don't know
all
quite where you
alone.
are.
Again.
You're all alone. And you don't even have your disguise anymore.
At least I know I can speak the language though.
The first shop, yes, yes, you're not lost in translation. The first shop that catches your eye, it has a bright red sign above its door. It says Birdar Masoon, Herb Mistress.
Herb mistress?
Yeah, like she's like a pot seller.
Okay.
You want to go in there?
I don't know why.
Or you can keep going. There's the street keeps going.
I guess I could go in. I don't know what to do now. I'm as lost as my poor character.
Yeah, it's good. It's you're in the place.
Shit, I guess I'll just wander in the door, yeah.
All right, so you part the bead curtain that hangs across the doorway and you enter, and it's cool inside here. It's like there's cool air. The light is poor, the room is gloomy, and that's because all the windows are obscured by sheaves of herbs and plants. You're studying a curious row of colored bottles when you hear the soft approach of a smaller lady. She has piercing green eyes, and she has bright red hair that's raised and bound with rings of jaded. Softly she speaks to you. Welcome, Northlander. I sense you are a warrior, or am I mistaken?
You are correct in your assumption.
She nods, and she pulls through a pile of parchment stacked on top of a wine casket, and she's kind of rifling through them and blowing away dust off the parchment. And finally she hands you a yellow sheet, and you see that it's a translation of her merchandise written in Summerlending. And she sells potions of Alether, potions of Gallowbrush, potions of Lomspur, vials of Larnuma oil, tinctures of Graveweed, tinctures of Calisena. She sells a lot of stuff.
Goodness. Well, a potion of Alethar would be lovely. How much is she charging, though? So I need to buy food.
How many crowns do you have?
I have 39.
39 crowns. Okay. Alether, their cost 4 crowns.
Okay.
Do you want to purchase one?
Yes.
All right. You know what that does. It's like a potion of heroism. Do you remember what that does? Or do you want me to tell you?
It was bless.
And you get 10 temporary hit points.
Yep. That was right, 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that Mamba made was more special.
15, yeah.
You also have, if you don't know what all these things do, you can roll for any of them. Some of them you've actually, well, no, that was Lone Wolf who discovered some of these, so you might not know. At Lomspur, you know. Mm-hmm. Larnuma, you know. That's like a little bit of a lesser Lomspur. It's cheaper. Mm-hmm. But it can also, Larnuma also cures exhaustion.
Oh, that actually might be good. I don't have one.
Which is why you don't have a level right now of exhaustion, because you used it in the baths.
Ah.
Otherwise, you would have come out with one. So, do you wish, do you want to buy that? That's 3 gold crowns. And she has multiples of these potions.
Yeah.
So you can buy as many as you can afford and fit in your bag.
Well, I don't want to burn through all my money because I may need it for, new equipment or a place to sleep or...
Right. Or passage home.
But yeah, that would be nice because, But yeah, let's pick up the one that clears exhaustion because that might come in handy later.
Okay. That's 3 crowns, and that only heals you for 1d4 plus 2. The ones that you might not know what they do is Gallowbrush, Graveweed, and Calisena.
That's a sleeping potion, one of those, correct?
Gallowbrush, Lone Wolf would know that. Let's see if you know that.
Let's see if I know that.
Yeah, make a...
Well, I rolled a 19, so...
Oh, 19, yeah, you know that.
Okay.
It's a sleeping potion. Roll for the Graveweed and roll for the Calisena. Go ahead and do that. Make Arcana rolls.
Okay, Graveweed is 18.
That can kill somebody. It's like a poison.
And the other one, 20.
This is fun. You actually missed this in Ruinon, in the mines.
Oh.
Calisena is you almost went this way, and you missed it by like one choice. Calisena is a group of mushrooms that causes terrifying hallucinations.
Ooh. Do they have to drink it, or can I like throw it at somebody?
The tincture of Calisena, they have to ingest it. The Graveweed you can put on your weapon. And Gallowbrush, they have to, you can put that on a weapon.
So the sleep and the...
Actually, I'm wrong. Gallowbrush, they have to drink.
The sleeping one they have to drink? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's Graveweed and Calisena that you can put on your weapons.
So I can basically poison someone.
Yeah, or cause them to have, like, fright.
Now, would you consider a use of that, like, an entire bottle to, like, coat the weapon, and then it would work for how long?
Yeah, it's like, consider it like casting a spell on your weapon.
Okay.
You could douse it before, like, as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then it would be, I want to say it's a single hit thing. I can look up real quick.
Yeah, because it may or may not be worth it.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to look that up and pour my tea. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so it's gonna be a one-time use thing.
Okay.
So it won't go away until you hit. So it's not like you pour it, you miss, and it's gone.
Okay.
The first damage you deal with it will have the effect.
Okay.
And I think...
Is it a guaranteed damage, though?
They get a save.
Okay.
But I would say that you probably have enough that when you pour it on your weapon, it lasts for... I'm going to say, I'm going to be, what's it called? Generous here and say that it lasts for the, dare I say, combat? I'm going to say it lasts for the combat unless the combat goes on for a really long time. No, let's make that easier. Let's say it lasts for 2 hits.
Which one?
Because these are pretty powerful poisons.
Okay.
Both of them. They'll last for hold on, I'm rethinking myself. Yeah, I'm making up. This is rules on the fly. Making up rules on the fly. Graveweed will last an entire combat. Let's say that. The Calisena is 1 hit because its effects are gonna be most. It wouldn't make sense for it to keep hitting over and over and over.
Okay.
You could also pour them in somebody's food or something, and they have a much harder chance of resisting it. Like the effects are more powerful. Like if you put Calisena in someone's food, they're gonna definitely hallucinate. There's not.
I kind of definitely want to grab the Calisena. That just sounds like fun.
The Graveweed, if you put in someone's food, they're gonna die. Like it's a death sentence. So, but if you put them on your weapons, you can gain some special effects.
How much be they?
1 crown for the Graveweed, which is kind of crazy. That's like this
really
person
cheap.
must sell to assassins. And 2 for the Calisena.
Okay, I'll take 1 of each. All right, and that's
Ooh,
it. I
so
don't
Water
remember
Eno's got an interesting political questions here. You'll
Can you type those in the box here so I know what they are?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
I'll put everything right here. Everything will become clear. Water Eno. It'll all become clear.
Oop. Oh God. Okay.
That's the costs and everything.
All right. Cool.
And what they say, the 4 endurance points increases cost. Ignore that. That's the Lone Wolf version. I'm making my own rules for them.
Okay.
But you basically know what they do. Graveweed's a poison. Calisena's a hallucinogen. Larnuma and Lomspur heal. Alether, you know what it does, and Galabrush is sleep. Boom. All right. So, how many backpack items do you have now?
I have 3 empty slots.
Okay, cool. So, in that case, you exit eventually from the shop, and you have a couple options. You said you want to head back for the harbor.
Well, that was my plan until I realized, like, everybody that was my ride are dead.
Okay. So do you have another plan, or are you just wandering around?
I don't have a plan. Other than, you know, I need to stay as incognito as possible, except I'm a short dwarf in a country that doesn't seem to have dwarves at all. And I need to get back to Summerland. Yeah, I don't really have a plan.
All right. In that case, you spend a little bit of time just kind of wandering these streets, trying to come up with an idea of where you're going to go. And suddenly, you hear you see. Make a perception roll. Make a perception roll.
Okay. 22.
Okay, you spot something.
Or 21.
odd.
21. But yeah.
At the end of the street, you spot 3 people wearing the black cloaks.
Of that order? Or of mourning?
Not of Sharnism, yeah, of the order, but they don't seem to be mourning. Your perception roll was enough to tell you that you can. They're whispering about something, and talking in quiet voices. They're looking to side, and then one of them ushers the other into a shop, or behind a door. Something odd about that.
Because they're not walking about like the rest of the citizens have.
Right, they're not mourning in the way, like they're wearing the mourners stuff, but they're not. Their heads aren't bowed. They're not doing the usual mourning things.
So they may not be locals. Maybe they're on the run like I am.
They look like Vasagonians. Oh. Their skin and build and everything like that.
Maybe I found the rebellion.
Maybe.
No, you should go check it out. It's weird enough.
Okay. So are you just gonna go up and push open the door? You're gonna try to knock on it? What are you doing?
Can I eavesdrop at all? Can I hear anything?
Yeah. Give me a perception roll.
Nope, I don't hear anything.
No, you don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
All right. So do you want to just push open the door?
Yeah. Well, I'll knock and then. Actually, no, because if they're like super stealthy, like I don't want to be attacked the moment I open the door. But if I knock, they may run out the back if they're trying to. Hell, we'll knock. We'll be polite. We'll be polite.
Okay, you knock.
Okay, hang on again. And, you've desynced. You've desynced.
Oh, sorry. Am I back?
No. Okay, now you're back.
Something was loading. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah, because your camera desynced horribly.
that's what it was. Something was just loading.
Okay.
So you knock, and there's no answer.
Well then, I will open the door.
All right, you push open the door. Slowly, or are you just kicking it open? Like, what are you doing?
I'll say hello as I open the door. I'm not gonna like kick it open because I'm not attacking them.
You've entered a shop. There's a wind blowing through the shop, and there's scrolls and papers that are kind of blowing around in the wind. And momentarily, from behind a dresser, a man comes out and says, "Yes, can I help you?" And he says it in Vasagonian.
Whoa, that is not the song I want. Let's skip that. That was like, it dipped into pirate metal. On your feet, you lazy mongrels. I'm like,
Yeah, nice, nice.
no, I don't want pirate metal. Oh my god, it's still... Okay, well, X-Nail on this entire album. Hang on, sorry guys. New. Music problems, it happens. Oh, the music. I know, every once in a while something loads up that just is
It's a
not...
constant, it's become a bit of a road joke with us, like the music, because we use free music so that we can throw stuff up on YouTube later without having to worry about copyright.
Yeah, I need to do some research and find some more albums and stuff, but every once in a while we get some awkwardly placed stuff. It's just funny.
I'll send, when Jonah comes up to visit me, I'll send him back with the ambient stuff.
There you go, that'd be great.
That'll be good for... There's a really good there was a really good one for like the bazaar and stuff, but there'll be more bazaars in our adventures. For those who don't know or haven't heard me say it before, the books go on for 29 books. So we're on book 5. We've got quite a bit of adventure left.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. So
yeah, this guy is standing in front of you going like, what do you want, basically?
What do I want?
When you fail to answer him right away, he's like, listen, you should go. This is we are closed. We are closed right now. This is not the shop you want. You want to go back along the way. There are many shops for foreigners. Lots of trinkets, tokens. You go that way. And he says, please leave now.
Yeah, no, not here to sightsee. Let's see.
And he seems really anxious. He's like wringing his hands and like his eyes are darting around.
Can I kind of hold my hands out like I'm not trying to threaten him, but just like calm him down, just be like, look, I saw you guys out in the street and everything's going crazy and do you need help? Do you guys need help? How are you guys doing?
Boy, he really doesn't trust you. So go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh my gosh, okay.
And I'm gonna you have disadvantage on this.
No, okay.
He does not trust you.
Oh my god. Oh, I rolled a nat 20 that I can't use. And a 17 that ends up being 22 anyway.
That's still pretty good. So he is gonna he's not relaxing, but he's right. Like, how do you think you can help us? And what you answer here is going to determine how this goes.
I have a feeling that you are uncomfortable with the current state of things.
Okay. One more time, persuasion. I mean, again, this is like...
Disadvantage again,
yeah, disadvantage. Because you got to picture, this is like, you're going into...
Some like random person showing up and being like, I can help you.
Being like, hey, I hear you don't like the Nazis. Mm-hmm. He's like, not sure if you are a Nazi.
How's 16 do this time?
Oof, I'm gonna give him a roll. That's right on the border there.
Okay.
I tell you what, roll again.
Disadvantage again?
Yeah, but you gotta get a 17 or no, you know what it's gonna be? Me and you are just gonna roll.
Okay. Against
each other. And it's not, don't even add your charisma. This is just a straight tiebreaker.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
He rolled a 9. So he says, okay, but you need to hurry. We may not have much time. And he ushers you behind the dresser.
Right. I'm either about to be horribly murdered or I have found the resistance.
Yeah. So you jump back there, and you notice there is a passage, like stairs going down to like a basement.
Okay.
And he's like not wasting time. Like as soon as you get back there, he's shutting the like dresser behind him. And he says, "You are not from here. That is obvious. You have come at a bad time. Are you in some trouble with the new Zaken?"
Yeah, we just landed from Summerland, and I was instantaneously attacked, and the... what was the guy? What was his position?
Mauk was the Sharnazim.
No, the guy that
captain
was
of the
with
Sharnazim.
us, who...
Oh, the envoy?
Yeah, the envoy.
The Vasagonian envoy, yeah.
Yeah, and they straight up murdered the Vasagonian envoy on sight.
He says his murder will be the first of many. You go downstairs, there's two other people here. And they're like, they instantly are like, "Who is this?" And then he's like, "I think we have found a friend." He says, my name is Yazul, and this is Urek and Shaznia. And Shaznia is a woman.
Okay.
Urek is a burlier man, and Yazul is I didn't really describe him. He's tall with a very thick mustache, like a handlebar mustache.
Okay.
And very tan skin. His hands have flecks of paint on them, and discoloration, so you think that he might be like a dyer or something like that. Somebody who works with like dyes. And
right.
he says, we are trying to create the resistance, but we do not have much time. Zaken Kima has lost no time in moving through the city and striking at anyone who he suspects will oppose him. We have one chance, and that is now, because his men are out of the palace. They are searching for some infiltrator into the city.
I wonder who that could be.
Did you say that?
No. That was just my thought process.
He says, we have now to reach the palace and strike.
It would be the least likely place they'd expect us to be.
He says yes. He says if we can get inside and we can reach the Zaken, we could potentially strike him down.
Do we, is it just us? Do we have a way in?
He says, it is just us. He says, there is no secret here. He says, except for we think we have a path. And let me pull up some information. I'm looking through the piece here to see
Juggling
where
a few
the plan
books.
is. Yeah, I'm looking at maps and stuff like that I wrote up here. Okay, he says there is a way that we think through the gardens.
All right. Are they heavily guarded, or does somebody know the layout of the gardens at all?
He says there will be guards. He says, my wife, and he points to the woman. He says she worked in the palace for time is for laundry. She knows the ways. And suddenly, as he says this, you hear the door smash open to the shop behind you, and you hear a familiar voice say, they saw her go in here.
Crap, time to go.
Okay, so the three immediately are getting up, and they're like, and they're like, oh, I know that voice. That is Mauk. That is the woman says that.
Yes. Let's see. Would it be better for us if we took him down now so he wasn't continuing to chase us directly, or is there a back way out of here?
Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm. Should we stand and fight, or is there a back way out?
The three men are like, we are not. The burly man, like, he's got a weapon, and he's like, yes, we fight now. We will strike down the Zakin's new lieutenant and show him that he cannot make us afraid. But the woman and Yazoo are saying that there's, she's a laundry lady and he's a dyer. Like they don't look eager to fight.
Can I tell by hearing like how many guys he has with him, or is it just?
Give a perception check.
Okay. Perception. How's a 12 do?
Not great. You hear there's at least him and somebody else. He's not in here alone. And there's only one window in here, and you're in a basement. It's kind of one of those high up on the wall basement windows. It's fairly thin. You could fit through, but it's not going to be like a leap through.
It's also going to take some time for all of us to get through there, huh?
Yeah, so this is kind of a sitch where you're either standing and fighting or you're going. Like, what are you doing?
I'm going to tell the two that are not combatants to get out of here, and if this guy really wants to fight with me, then we can fight to guarantee that they get out, and then, plan is, like, we'll meet up by the gardens.
Okay, so
try and take him down.
You get your axe, and the guy next to you, he whips out his scimitar and kind of flourishes it, and Ma'uk enters the chamber with
I've been running from this guy all day. I am tired of him.
3 other men. Ma'uk looks tired too. His face is streaked with sweat. His mustache is like sagging. His turquoise robes are torn and heavily stained. He smells like he came from the Bagadarus, and you think he was down there.
Right. So he might have a level of exhaustion now that I don't have.
and his eyes are flashing anger, and his face is a mask of hate as he sees you. Mm-hmm. And he says, were it not for the Zakin, I would kick your head here and now. But that would be my head for that act. And I will not lose my head for a cowardly summon. But nor will I let you go. And he draws his weapon. And you guys... Actually, first thing he does is he's gonna make an attack here.
I have a question. We were talking about the compelled duel thing earlier?
Yes.
What did we decide? That if I cast it, he would like...
Did you end up taking it?
Yes. But it was basically that if I use it, it's...
Yeah.
He doesn't want anyone else to get in between our fight then.
Right. He would just fight you. He would tell this is a situation where he'd be like, yes, everybody back away. I'm going to fight him.
The question is, if I kill this guy, would the rest of the guards continue to like jump on afterwards, or would they be like, oh shit, and then like run away, or are they going to fight with the other guy in the meantime, or...
The first thing that happens before any of this is suddenly there's a flash of silver in his hand, and you feel a sharp pain in your neck, and you reach up and a dart has been chucked at you, and embedded itself in your neck. And you need to make a save. This is a poison, so you do get your advantage. Mm-hmm.
Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution.
19.
Okay, so you're gonna take a little
rolled a 15
damage.
plus 4. I took some damage. Okay.
Yeah, you take 5 damage.
Okay.
As you pull the dart out of your neck, and you
That's
feel
a
like a
dart.
You feel a way. Well, it's the poison in it that's hitting you, even though
I don't take the poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't fall unconscious.
Good. That would have been terrible.
You feel a wave of like nausea and exhaustion come over you, but you fight it off. And you guys are gonna make excuse me. You're gonna make
initiative.
Yes, thank you.
15.
He got a 25.
Oh well, he going first.
Yeah, he's going first, and his men got 9.
Got what?
So
They got what? You
they got
roboted.
19.
Oh, okay.
They got 19. So let me take a look at what I got for his stats. All right. So he suddenly is charging at you with a rapier, or with a scimitar.
Okay.
And I just gotta make some rolls here. Misses on his first strike. You back up and kind of block it as you back up with your axe, because that's what you have out, right?
Yeah.
His second attack, though, does hit you for 9 damage.
Okay.
And then he's following that up with a dagger in his other hand, which he hits you with a roll of 24.
Oh, yeah.
And that's 5 damage. And he calls back to his men to attack you as well.
Okay. Right.
So they are. Let me see. I'm rolling. I'm seeing what they've got here. Which ones he brought with him? He would have brought his spies, I think. So let's grab them.
If they were searching for me, probably.
Yeah, they're the elite. They're the spies. So that's kind of good for you because they're not as strong of warriors as his like warlords. But there's 3 of them.
Right.
And they're moving in around you to just kind of like bring you down. And 1. Okay. They all 3 hit and 1 crit.
Oh, god damn it. I might die.
So,
God.
They come around and they get sneak attack. That's the
what?
thing. Yeah, because they're surrounding you. So they've got that ally within 5 feet thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be a very
My god, I'll be so pissed if Shar goes down, like, right now.
this could be a painful one. Okay, the one who crits on you, he gets behind you and deals 25 damage.
I have 3 HP now.
And the other 2 come in and crack you over the head. It's a good 18 damage.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not dead though.
I fell unconscious.
Because he said they're not gonna. He wasn't gonna kill you.
Yep.
You fall down unconscious.
Yep. Boom.
And that's where I think we'll end for today.
Oh, poor Shard. She had the worst day. At least she got a bath.
At least she got a bath.
At least she got a bath after that experience.
She got a very comfortable bath. That was really good. That was a crazy side of things. Awesome time.
Alrighty.
Well, I hope everybody's enjoyed watching, and I'm glad, Water Eno, you stopped in, even though you thought we were playing Dead Cells.
Oh yeah, all of the Dead Cells today. Good God. Okay, yeah. Every once in a while, Twitch just hacks up royally.
And good. Then we'll continue the adventures of poor Shard.
Oh God, see if she survives it all. Wakes up in the dungeon, is busy being horribly tortured. Or...
Next session will change literally everything. Even for those who know the Lone Wolf books already, I've got some curveballs to throw at you next session. So make sure you're here for that, and I'll keep you updated as to confirming the date.
All right, sounds great. So yeah, thanks again to everyone for hanging out. I really appreciate it. This game's been highly entertaining, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
All right, take care, everybody.